Welcome to Adam and Atheism. On this episode, I'm going to talk about whether or not being gay is a choice. I have an interview with my friend and atheist rapper Ensomniak. We have another battle of science versus religion, and a bonus interview with an anonymous guest who would rather not be identified. Let's get to it. Alright, so a couple days ago, I posted an article on Facebook that talked about how Republicans drafted a bill, and through illiteracy and a complete misunderstanding of grammar, the way they worded it is interpreted as saying that most Texans are gay. Now, obviously, that's not what they meant to say. They just worded it poorly, and that's just how it read, if you understand how to read and write grammar correctly. And another part of the article, one of the politicians, congressmen, whatever, from Texas, was talking about how being gay is a choice. So I destroyed the grammar part of the article on Facebook and the part about how being gay is a choice. And then all of a sudden the conservatives started rushing in. Now, I keep everything on my Facebook page totally open and public for anybody to view. And I don't know why a lot of Christians follow me, but they do. Conservatives follow me. Don't know why, but they do. And occasionally they'll chime in. And they came out in droves to attack me on this article, insisting that I provide some kind of psychological evidence or scientific evidence or whatever, proving that being gay is not a choice. Now, I'm no doctor, I'm no psychologist, I don't have any kind of formal training in that field whatsoever, but I'm fairly certain that being gay is not a choice for a lot of reasons. I mean, for one reason, if I was able to choose to be gay, I would do it. I would be fucking gay. Have you ever seen gay people? They're awesome. They're so much fun that they're the best parties. They're so lively, just great people to be around. And I've had many relationships with women. Every single one of them didn't work out. If I could, switch teams and, get a boyfriend for a while, I would do that. But I'm not gay. So I can't. I mean, I could choose to engage in sexual activity with men. I could suck a dick if I wanted to. I could take it in the ass if I wanted to. But I don't want to. That's not me because I'm not gay. I'm a straight dude. I can choose to engage in the acts, but I can't choose to enjoy it, which is what gay is. I can't choose to be attracted to men. That's what gay is. It would be like me going to an Indian restaurant. I don't like Indian food, but I could go there and I could force myself to eat it. But that doesn't mean that I enjoy Indian food. Just like I could suck a dick and not enjoy it wouldn't mean that I'm gay, because I didn't enjoy it. Gay men don't have to force themselves to do shit like that because they like doing it because they're gay. And the people who insist that being gay is a choice, I'm sorry, I have no choice but to just assume that those people themselves are gay. Because they're under the impression that if it's a choice, and they're pressured by their religion, their family, whatever, their society, that being straight is the way to go and gay is, quote, bad, unquote, that they're choosing to behave in a straight manner and suppressing their gay urges. That means that person is gay, right? I mean, I don't have to suppress any urges to be who I am. If I was gay, I'm a very open person. Everybody would know about it. I would go out and fulfill those urges. I'd do gay stuff all the time. I wouldn't suppress it. But insisting that it's a choice, that means that they're actively choosing to behave in a straight way and marry somebody of the opposite sex and only have sex with people of the opposite sex and denying themselves their true feelings. Right? You have to have gay urges to insist that it's a choice, that you're suppressing it. If you don't have those urges, then you're not making any choice. You're just being who the hell you are. So yeah, people who insist that people choose to be gay, those people are gay. Trust me, they are. They have to be. There's no way they can't be. Otherwise, they just don't understand what the hell gay means. And also, insisting that being gay is a choice, that means what they're actually saying is that there's no such thing as real gay people. Then nobody is actually gay in real life, right? It's just a bunch of straight people pretending to be gay, choosing it. It's just a bunch of people who are actually straight, who go their whole lives choosing to have sex with somebody of their own gender, choosing to get married to that person, choosing to engage in these acts that straight people don't do. And for what? What's their motivation behind this? To be rebellious? To piss off God and the conservatives? Fuck you. Quit being so conceited. It's not all about you. Let's leave the fucking gay people alone, man. Jesus Christ on a stick. It's a choice to be gay. When did you choose to be straight? That's not how that works. You are who you are, and you like who you like, and you prefer what you prefer. You don't choose your preferences. You can't do that. All right, and just to drive the point home here, I brought on one of my gay friends, a lesbian named Ashley. And we have Ashley on the line right now. Hi, Ashley. Thanks for being on Adam and Atheism.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Okay, Ashley. So, from your experience as a lesbian woman, I'm sure you've heard this from conservatives and religious people that being gay is a choice. Now, has it been throughout your life, do you actively choose to be homosexual and prefer women over men as a lesbian? Is that something you choose?
No.
All right, well, I guess that settles it. Thanks for being on, Ashley. Hope to talk to you again soon. And yeah, everybody remember, if somebody insists that being gay is a choice, that person is gay. And it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Just come out and be yourself and quit trying to oppress other people. Jesus fucking Christ. All right, so on the first episode of this show, a month or so ago, I had a segment where I played a song called Reason by my friend Ensomniak, who is an atheist rapper. So far, that's been the highest rated segment of all the shows I've done so far. The one time where I shut the hell up and let somebody else do a segment. Yeah, people loved it. So Ensomniak is dropping his first album, an EP, this week. So I went over to his house to discuss a little bit about the album with him, a couple of his songs, just atheism in general, pretty much. So without further ado, here's my interview with Ensomniak. Enjoy. All right. Hey, Ensomniak. Thanks for joining me today, man.
All right. Cool. Thanks for having me.
Okay. So what was it that inspired you or made you want to start making atheist-themed music?
Well, I did hip-hop for some years before that, but actually, being an atheist, and I thought about it, I was like, you know what? I kind of want to write a little bit about this, and I tried one song, and it was when I was still kind of real weak form atheism, and I didn't think anybody would buy it. And actually, once I heard, there's a few other atheist rappers that are out there, because as you know, there's only a handful anyway that are any good.
Right.
Like I said, I heard them. I'm like, wait a minute. There's actually a genre or a subgenre for this. People actually want to hear this. Because at first I thought, nobody's going to want to hear this because, as you know, most people are religious. And honestly, most rap fans are too. And it's just like, I don't know, there's a market for this. So once I actually saw there was a market, I was like, you know what? I'm actually going to give it a real shot, and wrote another song. People liked it, got a good response to it. So I was like, hey, this is the thing. Let me try to keep doing it.
Okay, sweet. What was that first song that you started experimenting with?
Well, you know what? I think the title was like agnostic or something like that. And of course, as before, I actually came to know what that term really meant, and now, of course, I know that it's a different question in atheism, as you know, but people still don't understand that. I kind of want to do a song on the next album talking about that, how people who say they're agnostic, most every one of them is actually an atheist.
Okay. So how would you say you go about approaching it? Are you go about it soft and accommodating, or brash and unapologetic, or somewhere in between, or what?
I would say I'm probably in between. I don't try to get too aggressive. I've only had one song that's aggressive at all, and even that one was a reasonable aggression, which would be your faith. And even then, in the chorus, it talked about the reasons why I was saying what I was saying, not just, I don't like your faith because of this, just because it actually gave reasons to why I should and other people shouldn't respect your faith. But generally, I guess, I wouldn't say so much accommodating as in I'm somewhat dismissive, and I would say, serious about hey, these are the reasons why you should actually use reason, use rationale, and stop believing in BS.
Okay. Right. I was going to ask you about that song, Your Faith. That's pretty as brash as it gets, right? Because that could be called "fuck your faith," but you had to take out "fuck" for like marketability reasons, right?
Well, yeah, I didn't want people that don't have cursing like directly on their site to have to censor the song or not post the song because of that. Like, because I still wanted to get to the widest audience as possible. But yeah, the chorus does say "fuck your faith," and it says why I'm saying this too. But there's a few sites out there that might want to share it or whatever, and it's like, well, I still want them to share the song, but they may not want to put that title up there because some people are still turned off of that, regardless of their beliefs. Some people still don't like profanity. It's weird, but whatever.
Right. I'm sure you're familiar with Graydon Square, right?
Of course.
Have you ever tried to collaborate with him on anything?
I tried to some years back, several years back. It kind of fell apart, and I hadn't tried since then. And now he does mostly like science music more so than atheist music. So like what we're doing really isn't the same thing anymore. Like when he was doing more atheist music, that's when I was starting, when he was kind of like at his peak. But like I said, he's now kind of transitioned into something else. And I don't really do science music. I do like atheist music. And then of course, other than that, I do like some geeky music and some other stuff. But yeah, it's like now we're kind of at different places. So could we collab? Hey, if he's up for it, I'd do it. But hey, otherwise, he has his lane. I'll be in mine. It's fine.
Okay. All right. So you have this one song that you wrote, I think like 3-ish years ago called Immorality that you actually gave me a shout out in the credits for helping you find Bible verses about shit in the Bible that's all fucking crazy and immoral. And you wrote a song about that. What was the inspiration behind doing that song?
Morality, what went into that song was the fact that I've had people in my life tell me if you don't believe in the Bible, how do you know right from wrong? I've actually had someone stop having a conversation with me because I told them that, I didn't go to church. I didn't believe what was in the Bible. So like I said, not thinking I know what morals are because I don't believe that. I was just like, hold on. Look what your morals are. And then people are just like, oh, I believe this because it's in the Bible.
Right.
The Bible says a whole bunch of horrendous things. What is there, like 600 plus instances of rape in the Bible?
At least, probably.
And it's just like, so is this where you want to get your morality from? So I crafted the entire song saying, as the chorus says, biblical morality is fictional, a fallacy. It's like, right. It's one of the most immoral books I've ever seen in my life. I see more morality reading Game of Thrones.
Awesome. Okay, so when are you expecting this new album to drop?
Actually, I'm hoping that it'll be out by the end of this week, actually. Maybe by the time your podcast comes out, maybe not. But I don't think it'll all be online and ready to sell just then. So it'll really, I guess, officially be everywhere next week. Because I'm finishing the last song, maybe, when this is recording. And by the time I get that uploaded and the cover art and everything else, I think it'll actually probably be proliferated throughout the internet by next week because it takes a few days to get up on, Amazon, iTunes, Google Play, all that stuff like that.
Which will be like the week of the 23rd, you think?
Yeah. Like I said, so yeah, next week, like I said, everything should be online and ready to go. Like I said, right now, I'm just trying to, doing the finishing touches as far as getting this last song for the EP ready. But, the EP, first one I've been building for honestly years now because, just did it little bit by bit. But it's called, Plagiarism and by Ensomniak. You'll be able to find it, like I said, all those places before. It'll be on like Spotify and a few other places too.
Bandcamp?
You know what? I may actually move it from Bandcamp because, I actually get more royalties putting it on the other places.
iTunes?
So, yeah. Like I said, so yeah, like I said, it'll be iTunes, like I said, Google Play, Apple Music, all those places like that. Like, through the distributor I'm going through, I get more royalties. So I'm like, why let Bandcamp take all my money? So I may put it up for streaming on Bandcamp.
Sure.
But for, if somebody actually wants to purchase it, I'll probably have it on one of the other sites. Okay, great. Well, how can people get a hold of you then? Well, one of the easiest ways, and probably this is the very easiest way, is on Facebook. I'm Ensomniak, the Free Thinker on Facebook. Just, look me up, send me a message if you have anything to say to me. I'm on Twitter, but I am really bad about getting back to people. I've had to apologize multiple times. Like, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to check Twitter. Because people have asked me like, hey, ask me questions. Where can I find your music? And I was just like, wait, I haven't been on Twitter for Ensomniak for like a month. Yeah. And so, I would say Facebook is much better than Twitter for getting